Alright, we'd obviously like to play first. Nah, we won't like to mulligan. It's a little slow, I'll admit. But we can draw a Tormented Soul, and it's faster. And if we draw any red source, we're good. Maybe this hand is too slow, but I feel like these creatures are good enough that we don't really want to mulligan. So, like if we get our scepter to stick, then he's going to be in trouble. And if given the option, I'd rather play the Blood Ogre first. I guess we only have 7 red sources, but even if we don't draw it, we should still be fine. I hope. So, wait for my opponent to get back. No, he's basically right back. Alright, I'm going to work on my F6ing skills. And yeah, see, we drew the mountain. We are the definition of skill. So next turn we obviously play the mountain, because then if we draw a second mountain, we can play the Gorhorn Minotaur. Ooh, our opponent's going to mill us out. I feel like we're going to have something to say about that. So then, yeah. We obviously... Oh, shit. We're obviously going to ping him end of turn. Yeah, so our opponent's main plan is mill. And I think we're going to get there. Play the Blood Rage Vampire. No, play Blood Ogre, because he can't trade Azure Mage for it. Then next turn, yeah, mill us 2 cards. Sweet. I feel like we can race the mill plan. We'll find out soon enough. We definitely can race it now, so I think we attack first. Alright, so our opponent's down to 15. Yeah, let's just get this Blood Rage Vampires in there. Alright, the next turn I think we'll just kill his creatures. Hopefully play something better than the Merfolk Mesmerist, I guess, to Doomblade. Yeah, we're not trading. Sure. Ooh, he's gonna go for the mountain. He's getting aggro. So we'll ping him. So you just drew a mountain anyway. So I think we thirst up the Azure Mage. And then Doomblade the Acidic Slime and get in there. This way he can't, gain any extra value. So our opponent's at 7, so he's very close to being dead, actually. He needs to play something very big right here to make us, all embarrassed about using our Doomblade early. I suppose we'll have to keep that in mind for the future, huh? Divination is not particularly scary. I don't think he can play very many 3-drops that threaten either of these guys. He could play Aether Adept, that'd be pretty bad. Second Merfolk Mesmerist, deal. Scepter him down to 6. He's gonna have to block at this point. So he's at 3. Yeah, I think playing the Singer Vampire just gives us the best chance, because now he has to deal with all of our things, basically. I mean, like, all of them. Because Scepter kills him in 2 turns. Or I guess 2 rounds, 2.5. Each of my creatures are lethal. Okay, so our opponent's trying to mill us. Which, interestingly enough, I feel like that makes Disentomb better. Because he's just gonna... Oh, Ringflesh is gonna be sweet. but I don't really want to cut any of these things for that. Like, all these cards are still awesome. I'm not, yeah, I don't really need to cut any of these things. Okay, our deck's basically really redundant, so milling us isn't going to do much. Like, Singer Vampire is good, but the Core Hormone Terms would have been fine there, because he still would have had to deal with all of our things. So, sorry. I'm recording this at 11 at night, and apparently that makes me sleepy. Probably because I haven't been getting a lot of sleep these other few nights. Anyway, let's wait for my opponent. Alright. He chose to play first. We would certainly like to mulligan that. We would like to mulligan that. We would not like to mulligan that. I just realized it has 2 mountains. We're going to draw a swamp in the first draw step. We did not. Alright, we could very easily lose this game because I did not realize those were mountains. It's possible I should have kept my first hand, all as slow as it was. I don't know, maybe just mulligan too aggressively. Okay, I think we're dead. I should have kept that first hand. I will admit that maybe I won't mulligan as aggressively in the future, but I felt like we definitely had a lot of good 6-card hands. And if we had a swamp, I think he'd be in a lot of trouble. What is he playing for X? Primordial Hydra. Well, so we could Doomblade that right now, and that's what we're going to do. There's basically no reason for us to let that live. As awesome as it would be the act of treason, I don't think we can afford to get into that situation. Yeah, Brindlebor's fine. Not very worried about that one. Get this soul down. So, I mean, our opponent kind of has a clock on us, but next turn we're going to stop his clock unless he has auras. Hey, he have acidic slime here, that'd be pretty sick. He does not. I'll think about bad things you could have. A lot of bad things. I mean, I can't really afford to play around any of them. Yeah, Mana Leak it. Or not. Get a Mind Control, Unsummon, Aether Adept. Ice Cage. Sure. We're going to consume Spirit it for 0. Oh, are we dead? Oh, look at that. Okay, well that's good to know. Yeah, I just won't mulligan as aggressively. I mean, I guess that was wrong. I don't feel, necessarily, that that was a bad mulligan. Because we only had... I guess Singer Vampire is good enough. Well, now we know. We can keep slower hands, because our opponent's deck is not particularly fast. But we definitely wouldn't like to mulligan this hand. Okay, this hand is sick. I don't think I need to really explain why that hand was awesome. Maybe he thinks we have Dusk Hunter Bats and unsummons our Goblin Arsonist. Nope. I almost F2'd there too. Goblin Arsonist is a May ability, and you could be splashing for Fireball. Yes. So I guess here's where we see how much he values his Azure Mage. We really want him to trade for one of our guys. If we don't, that means he values it a lot, and we're going to kill it. Consume Spirit. So, I don't know if that made that much sense, but if our opponent thinks Azure Mage is good, then we're going to kill it. Like it's going to trade for a guy eventually. So we might as well just keep getting in. Like, we could keep just attacking the Goblin Arsonist, but I don't think that... that was probably right. I'm not going to play my Sengir into basically anything. You can have any number of counterspells. So, I'm going to wait for him to tap out. Sacred Wolf, huh? Alright, I think he definitely has... I'm pretty sure he has Mana Leak at this point. The question is... No, we'll just play Blood Rage Vampire around the Mana Leak. Yeah, because if he didn't cast Sacred... I don't think he just drew the Sacred Wolf. It's possible that he did. If he plays a 4-drop this turn... Okay, Ice Cage, whatever. Yeah, I'm not particularly worried. Like, if our opponent's going to play something big enough that we care about... Oh, Doomblade gets around Mana Leak, too. Doomblade on our turn. Could have Negate, I guess. Okay. Well, our opponent certainly has lots of answers for our creatures. I'm still pretty sure he has Mana Leak. Well, if I thought he had Mana Leak before, the fact that he has 2 cards in his hand has not made me think he has Mana Leak less. A Mind Control. Wow. Our opponent has a lot of answers. I will admit, this is turning out pretty bad for us. So 1 card in hand. If we wait a turn, we can probably play around Mana Leak. No, we'll take another hit. Alright. Does he have another removal spell? Like, for blue-green, that's a lot of removal spells. Keep his Goblin Arsonist back in case he has the growth. He might just burn the growth now, too, if he has it. Yeah. Yep. So he's in a bad position now, I would say. I mean, I guess he could have it another one. But if he does, then he does. Yeah, that was pretty sick. I mean, we could have played around that by double blocking. Let's play this Blood Ogre out instead. So, our opponent... God, I hope he has Mana Leak in his hand. He does not. How embarrassing. That's actually the most embarrassing thing possible. Our opponent doesn't have Mana Leak. Oh well. He's still dead. Sure. We'll wait to see what we draw. Yep. Yeah, get in there with the ogre. And slaying the Senger Vampire. Man, we just would have easily won this game. Oh, that's not true. He would have mind controlled our Senger. Then we would have easily lost this game. So. Man, double Titanic growth. Does he have double mind control too? No, acidic slime? Whatever. That's not even kind of a big deal. So if we active treason as acidic slime, he has to block with Sacred Wolf. Or we can active treason a Blood Rage Vampire, and then he has to block with a creature. Then what do we die to? No, I think we obviously just active treason as acidic slime. Then you just, yeah. Because then, yeah. Yeah, why not? If we active treason targeting our Blood Rage Vampire, it breaks the Ice Gauge. So we trade active treason and Ice Gauge, then you can just block that with acidic slime when they trade. But if we take the acidic slime, then we still have... What else do we still have? We already got rid of Consume Spirit. This is the only beneficial one that we have. I don't think it actually matters that much. I'm probably just overthinking this. But, it's entirely possible that we don't even want to do this. Like that we'd rather just, hit him with Sengir Vampire, and then hit him with Sengir Vampire again. Like now, what could he draw? Nah, him being at 1's a lot better, because now we can... No, like, him being at 1 actually doesn't increase our outs. So our opponent's dead. Alright, so I feel like the last few turns I played poorly. Probably just should have attacked with Sengir Vampire, but we won, despite me mulliganing apparently badly in the second game.